Hello everyone, and for my very first video I thought I'd take you to one of my absolute favourite places in the world, Le Mans, home of the famous 24-hour race, and one of the single greatest events in the whole of motorsport. There is nothing else like it. I've been lucky enough to go a few times with my good friends, and if you ever get the opportunity, go. It will get into your very soul. It's just the most phenomenal, unforgettable experience. And I thought I'd take you round the lap in one of my favourite cars, the Porsche 919 Hybrid, which was so successful during its time in the WEC before Porsche pulled out a couple of years ago, leaving only Toyota as the main competitor in the LMP1 category. And it's an amazing machine. It's four-wheel drive. It's a hybrid of a V4 petrol engine and very powerful electric motors. So it's a bit of a handful to drive, but it's all about trying to extract as much performance out of it in a smooth way. So we'll take you around the Le Mans track. Historical, goes all the way back to the early part of the 20th century, and it's raced on a mixture of permanent circuit and public roads, and that's what makes this really quite so unique. So without further ado, we'll take you around. Come into the Ford chicane, the last couple of corners before the pit straight. Very easy to get it wrong, and then on the power. And the pit lane on the right hand side. Start of the race, you'll have chills going up your spine as you hear hundreds of thousands of French people sing the Marseillaise. Into Dunlop, and down to second for the first chicane. And going up and over the hill, under the Dunlop Bridge, into the S's. More sweep round, then you want to try and carry as much speed through this complex into Tertre Rouge, which is a fast sweeping fourth gear right hander onto the back straight, the Mulsanne, the most famous straight in all of motorsport. Back in the days of Group C cars, before they put the chicanes in, they would hit speeds of up to 250 miles an hour. These days they won't get close to that, but it's still a real test of concentration. It's public road. You can drive on it on the Friday before the race, and that's the most incredible thing. You can drive on exactly the same piece of tarmac, but your heroes will be in just a couple of hours. Through the chicane and then back out onto the straight. This section of road is so dangerous for not actually allowing spectators along here. You might remember the Mercedes CLK GTR's backflipping over the crest about here. And it's just simply too dangerous for any members of the public to be here. By saying that, there are some rumours that you can get to it. I've never been brave enough to try myself. Fighting the car through the chicane and onto the next section of straight down towards Mulsanne Corner. It's a kink followed by a tight right-hander, which would normally be a roundabout, but it's reprofiled for the race. Tricky to get right, you've got to be brave, you've got to pick your point. Now, down to first. Oh dear, that's horrible. You've got the golf course on the right hand side. On the left hand side, it's normally where there's a lot of very happy campers, also where the old signalling pits used to be, back in the days before in-car radio. Another very fast section, we're coming up to the complex of Indianapolis Narnage. Great place to spectate at night and really see the cars at the best. Down to second, hook it in, hit the apex, on the power early. Short blast, Arnage corner, even tighter. Watch your accelerator, otherwise you'll understeer off into a wall. Coming up to one of the highest speed sections of the track for corners is the Porsche curves. A real test of bravery, and if you get it wrong, it'll go wrong in a really big way. So dab the brakes down to fifth, carry the speed through. Now this car, you can take the next double left-hander, flat. Dab the brakes down to fourth, round the right. Push your kink here, it's easy to overrun. You see the kart track on the right, the old garage there, another great place to have a look. And then back into the Ford chicane, third gear for the first half, down to the second gear for the tighter section. Lock it up, on the power, and cross the line. I hope that gives you a little bit of a introduction to what Le Mans is all about.